Welcome back. In the previous part, we had some interesting conversations with some interesting characters, and we met some very interesting new people as well, didn't we? Yes, we did. But then these guys turned up, and we decided to have a tour of the Blacklight District. So, let's carry on that tour down here. Hi.
Proceeding to neutralize.
Just randomly, okay.
I'll kick your ass.
Let's like their spunk.
If we must.
I guess we must.
Full boost. Time to go on the attack.
What we got here? What we got?
Smash you.
Yeah, we'll go with the ray.
Activating skill.
Control ray.
Such light.
Got him. Lovely. You know, I just realized something. I'm sure you guys have figured it out, but the Blacklight District ain't exactly the kind of place you visit for fun. I just figured something. You know when I was doing all that leveling up and gathering Sepith, and I turned it to easy? Guess what I forgot to do? Put it back. Whoops. Aaron's another story, but the rest of you make easy pickings for scumbags and lowlifes hacking it down here. You don't come down here by yourself, understood? Yeah, I get what you mean. Things can get really dicey if you get surrounded here. But if you bring a buddy along, bet it'd make for a fun fight. Well, ideally you won't be fighting in a city at all. Still, I didn't realize there were so many people like that down here. Yep, pretty spooky when you think about it. This world here is a lot closer to yours than you might be comfortable with. It is, but honestly, I'm just more surprised this all existed right under my nose. At least it's surprising to someone as well-to-do as me. Perhaps I'm just not very aware of my surroundings. You think this would be something of a problem, but it's like everyone just turns a blind eye to it. I hear ya. Blacklight's a lawless place, but they have their own rules instead. The big one being you don't drag innocent civilians into your messes down here. Most tend to follow that, so they'll leave you alone. Keyword being most. Some of them step out of line, like we just saw. Reminds me of Hayway's own code. Do you visit here often, Mr. Arkwright? You seem to be rather well informed about this area. I check in from time to time. There's intel down here that you can't find anywhere else. And as you guys might have noticed by now, it's a good place to sharpen your street smarts. Yeah, I totally get what you mean. That's gotta be like the best part of this whole trip. Man, Jaeger born and bred, ain't you? Yeah, right. Dot. You, sir. My man, you came at the perfect time. Come on, step inside, have some fun, bring your lady friends too. You're gonna love the girls we have here, plenty to choose from, and they're all people pleasers in more ways than one. Anyhow, enjoy your stay in the Blacklight District. There's nowhere else in Edith that can tend to your deepest wants and needs like we can. I've seen that guy around here from time to time. Never knew he was a barker till now. This joint makes sense. The cops don't come down here. If you want to do the dirty on the down low, this is where you go. The dirty on the down low? Oh dear. But what I remember, it's like, yeah. While I was gathering Sepith, it was on easy. It's like, very, very easy in fact. Normal. It's like, that's why the battles were so easy. Yeah. Ah well. Lesson learned. Try and remember. Well, I say lesson learned. I've done that far too many times in the past, haven't I? Far too many times, so I guess the lesson isn't learned. Oh, you know what I just realized? We haven't checked any bulletin boards here. Don't sweat that. As a rule, I don't take 4 SPGs from anybody down here. Why not? There are a lot of people here who could use some help, aren't there? For real? Nobody down here is exactly innocent, so can't imagine any of them being able to go to the cops or braces for help. That's the problem. There are some rare exceptions, but almost everyone down here has a checkered past in some way. Ultimately, I can't trust them not to abuse the system. Worst case scenario, I get farmed out as a grunt for some real sketchy shit. Not worth it. That does make sense given Spriggan's reputation for assisting in legally grey matters. I can see how a bad faith actor might exploit them for their own gain, and how society at large would offer little to defend them. To be clear, I already make a point of filtering out those garbage posts to start with. More than anything else, it'd be just a giant time sink trying to vet requests from these parts. And that's the biggest reason I don't bother. As much as some folks might think otherwise, I don't deal with criminals. I deal with people who have complicated problems. When someone has a problem, and they can't rely on the law or the guild to solve, they come to me. That's all there is to it. That's a van for you. What can I say? It's worked for me so far. Must be doing something, right? End of the day, if someone here really wants my services, they're not completely out of luck. They've still got two options. They can post a for SPG in another part of town, or they can come talk to me. Same as anybody else, really. Doesn't mean I'll agree to help, but I'll hear them out at least. That's our boss, always trying to keep the door open. Huh. Very well. Leave the Blacklight District and return to the surface? Yes! Where are we coming out, though? That's my question. After leaving the district, they made their way to the surface following a different route. October 18th, 5:05 p.m. Damn, it's already this late. We were down there a while, so we've arrived at Riverside. It connects to the Riverside district too. Probably connects to every location. Feels like waking up from a dream. Guess it was all a bit too much for a kid. Speaking of kids, seems like that boy we ran into is the son of a Jaeger. I really liked it down there, shady criminals excluded. It was like a conflict could break out at any second, a perfect place for training. Not this again. At least it hadn't fully descended into anarchy, even if the rules were somewhat lax. Seemed like a good place to procure goods and materials you can't get on the surface. Yeah, I don't want anyone getting hooked on the place, but use it when you need to, just follow the rules. That goes for you in particular, Aaron. Oh, wow! Yeah. The whistle wouldn't be picked up on the microphone, just so you know. You okay, Agnes? You're awfully quiet. No, I'm perfectly fine. It was just a lot to take in. I'm feeling a bit of culture shock, I suppose. I can hardly blame you. I'm sorry, I was probably making you feel even worse with how carried away I was getting. Oh, you don't need to feel responsible. It's just, to be honest, I've got something else on my mind too. Does kind of feel like something's been eating away at you lately. Worried about things at school? Yes, actually. There's a major opportunity coming up that I was considering opting into. But I think I've decided against it. There's nothing more it can teach me that I haven't learned already, after all. Oh?
Our information did not lead us astray, I see.
Hello.
It's good to see you all, my friends.
What are you doing here?
That it is.
Your Highness. Naish? What was it again? Damn, talk about showing up unexpected. Ah, so this is what the chief was talking about. Ah.
Correct.
Yeah, it's like, there we go, you'll find out soon enough. That.
His Highness and I have something to discuss with you. Please, climb in.
It's so spacious in here. This here's an ETWS stretch limo, right? Hell of a luxury. Right, smooth as a baby's arse, too. Still room to move up in the world, huh? The suspension system in a luxury vehicle like this versus my pickup are built for totally different things. Speaking of, I take it you like the part I sent you? I got it on special order to ensure it didn't clash with the aesthetic of your truck. Oh, like undersells it. It's a thing of beauty. Even if that ulterior motive behind sending it wasn't just in my head. Still, I'm glad you're both looking well. Thank you. My apologies again for all the trouble we caused you. We weren't expecting to see you all again so soon either. But we were already here for a visit with the President, so the timing happened to line up. What? Oh, that Gramhart guy. Huh? Didn't see anything about a meeting on the news, some kind of secret talks? You needn't concern yourself with details that are on a need-to-know basis. Yes, then. Well, we are living in crazy times, no doubt there's plenty for our leaders to be talking about. Much as it bugs me that you've clearly got something besides that you want to dump on us, like, yeah. It's like, if it's not related to that and it's a need-to-know basis, and we don't need to know, why are we here? Oh? I think I see what's going on now.
I'm sure you do. We invited you here in the hopes of hiring you. This is a joint request from Elsyme and the CID.
That's quite the pair. I'm committing to nothing, but keep going.
The short of it is, we'd like you to go on another trip for us, to the home of the Verne Company, the city of Basel in the southwest.
That's Calvert's biggest orbment manufacturer, isn't it? This sounds like a big one.
If you could take a look at the screen.
Basel is an industrial city that is home to both the Verne Group's HQ and the Basel Institute of Science. Its artisanal district dates back to the Middle Ages, and it is surrounded by an abundance of nature. Our problem is that as of late, the city's orbital network has become unstable. In addition, suspicious individuals have been sighted leaving and entering the city.
Don't tell me it's... I know what you're thinking, but we can't assume that until we have all the facts, of which we have very little. Under normal circumstances, we would be well informed of the situation, as our country has deep ties with the Institute. Unfortunately, its director, who also happens to be Verne's CEO, has been notably unforthcoming as of late. That's strange. Isn't your country one of Verne's largest shareholders? Yes, it is. We are not their principal shareholder, but we still wield considerable influence over the company. Yet in spite of that fact, the CEO has been emphatically vague in response to our questions. We suspect he is merely buying time. But what, though, I do not know. But his sudden shift in behavior indicates he's hiding something, hence my request to you. You're not giving me much to work with here. And if you're looking for technical experts, you've come to the wrong place. Well, got Rosette here now. Oh, I beg to differ. After all, you have one of Marduk's very own concierges in your employ. Exactly. Also, a little birdie told me you're testing some revolutionary new technology at present. Technology! Oh, you mean that Simu thingy? It's still undergoing testing, but we plan to reveal it to the public eventually. Good to hear. I'll most certainly be looking forward to it. Anyhow, if we took our request to the Guild, it'd land at the bottom of their list of priorities, given that no civilian casualties have occurred. Also, much like the police, they're as wary as a fox with these sorts of mysteries. Right, and if we're on the job, we can deal with any problems that you'd rather keep away from the public eye. The conditions are fair, but you better be willing to pay top mirror for our services. But you can count us out. Oh, you needn't worry there. If anything, that makes you more trustworthy in my book. Is that a fact? Well, I think we should definitely consider taking this on, especially if Almata is involved. If possible, I'd like to ask one thing before we agree to take this on. What's the CID's connection to this case? You haven't been upfront about that. Oh? Ever the sharp one? Verne and the Institute are currently part of two national projects. One of them is for making the Ziffer standard available to the general public, both at home and abroad. The technology is a national secret, so our involvement should be no surprise. Makes sense. Gotta stay on top of any leaks and scandals so they don't slip through the cracks. What about the other project? Classified. Ooh, that's the one we want to know about. Ah, come on. Boo. Even I don't know the specifics there, so I'm in the same boat as you all. Well, to me, based on what we've seen, it's got something to do with that observatory, I imagine, then. Because again, it's like what's the situation with this world, the firmament, all that type of stuff. It's like you had an observatory. It's got to be something to do with that, I imagine. I did try pressing the president for details, but he simply wouldn't budge. Apologies, but that's all the more reason why I cannot divulge any information about the project. The point is, there are many reasons for our involvement. This all sounds fishy as hell, but whatever. Get on with it. As you wish, the issue of the Ziffer Standards funding source also needs to be addressed. And I will delegate the task to your group's chief and concierge. Huh? What do you mean? Since when did you become my boss? Fine, I'll explain. Ziffer, being Vern's 6th generation combat orbment, is common knowledge at this point. But there's a little known fact about the project's humble beginnings. It's got a massive capital injection from an interested party. And that party just so happens to be the Valis Investment Bank, which, as it so happens, is also the largest shareholder of Marduk, my employer. I see. Sure feels like I'm hearing the name Valis a lot lately. Yeah. Valis. Oh, it's in the city-state. Correct. It's a giant port city in the Central East. Oh no. Valis. The port city. It may not have much land, but through trade in the South Sea, its people amassed a great fortune, which they are investing all over the continent. They're both our allies and our competitors. The Valis Investment Bank is owned by them. So you're trying to drag our asses into a Central Eastern turf war, also we can be your eyes and ears? Well, I guess they could be sending in their own spies, especially with state-level secrets up for grabs. In short, you want us to investigate a highly complex situation from a neutral standpoint and get to the bottom of what's happening there. Does that about sum it up? I'll give you an 85 for that answer. In the event that Valis attempts to interfere, we would also like you to act as a mediator. You've got this all mapped out. Mediation is not one of our specialities, unfortunately, so I'm not certain if we are your best option for that. On the contrary, I think you all are our safest bet on that front. Should you take our request, you will stay in Basel, for 3 days. I'm sure there will be other 4 SPGs you can juggle at the same time. Oh, there always is. We can't expect you to leave at once, but it would be best if you could depart within the next few days. Wait. Alright, we'll give it some thought when we get back. Can't make any promises. I understand. We won't be out of options if you refuse. The CID never puts all its eggs in one basket. Regardless, everything we've told you is strictly confidential. Though I think a rather unexpected issue might work in our favor here. Triple dot. Yep. Eh? What? Ferry doesn't know. Van pretty much knows. Just that feeling. After that, Prince Sherid and Kincaid saw them back to their office. Once they arrived, they enjoyed dinner at Montmartre before gathering to discuss the Crown Prince's request. Ding, 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 ding. Take it you ain't heard a thing about all this from your own company. I'm naturally aware of the plan to make the Ziffer Standard available to the masses, but not about problems in Basel. If A really is involved, I would have expected to have already been informed. I mean, I'm thinking the Valis Bank is somehow connected to A. Like, that just makes sense to me at this point. Gotcha. Does sound like something that'd take us 3 days either way. But if we're looking into things at Vern and the Institute, we're gonna need to work mostly weekdays. But that would mean Anya's... Actually, the timing here is rather perfect. Too perfect. You see... Wow, high school here sounds really fun in that fade in and fade out. Well, it was a fade out and fade in, wasn't it? Yeah. trust a big school in the capital to bust out the fancy trips. NIS is all about its students thinking for themselves, so something like this makes sense. Bet you'll have reports to write for days about it too. Yes, actually, some of my friends who came here the other day are considering Basel too. I was interested in going myself, but I wasn't sure whether or not that was the best decision. But you would be leaving next Thursday for 3 days, so the timing matches up splendidly. Too splendidly. It's almost as if Arusha wants this to happen, or something else. Oh, not that I think my personal circumstances should push us into taking this on, of course. Of course. But that goes both ways. You're a student first, so don't go forcing your decision to line up with our job. Even if we do end up in the same general place, your studies might mean we won't even see each other. Well, I suppose that's true. But that still kinda hurts. Huh? Huh. That's rich coming from the guy who always decides where to go based on who shoved dessert down his throat. Speaking of which, what are we gonna find in Basel on that front? Excellent question. A baked tart called an Engadin? Engadin makes more sense to me. It's probably the most famous. It's made of walnuts and honey nougat and has a simple but mellow taste that's just... I suppose Van's right. I need to make up my own mind about what to do. Otherwise my great-grandfather would never. Or Dad for that matter. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cause you concern. And not at all. I don't think anyone could blame you for feeling conflicted here. But should we end up going to the same place, rest assured that I will do all I can to support you. She is way too perceptive. Thank you, but why? Well, that decides it. Oh. No way. Well, we gotta do it now. Just how it is, just how it is. I'll speak to my friends at school tomorrow. But if you could work under the assumption we'll all be going and preparing accordingly. Got it, but don't forget that I'm a student first and foremost, right? I won't. I'll make this work so I can handle my obligations properly, both here and at school. Well, good night. Yeah, night. So I guess we'll be leaving next Thursday. Same day as NIS. But Renee and the prince just dumped this on us, so they can wait until tomorrow for an answer. Still, she's sure looking brighter than when I met her. With how much she's got weighing on her, I'm sure she's still got a lot to work through. But I'll look out for her as best I can, being her boss and all. And a friend. Good friend. Man, that sure was a day. Guess I'll go for a walk to wind down before bed. Time for the rounds, I guess. Traffic, you say? Alright, so we've got dots up here, which I assume is everyone else. I'm assuming I go over there if I want to finish the day. Ah, hello. Oh, a lovely cup of tea. How delightful. Is it just me? Did you bring back some more plants? Indeed, I did. I was perusing the flower shop in Old Town and happened upon some wonderful plants. Are you off to patrol the city? Do let me know if you need my assistance. I would be happy to help. Thanks, but it ain't that big of a deal, really. More like a late-night walk than a patrol. We got plenty to do tomorrow, so we best take it easy and rest up tonight. Understood. Perhaps I can do some reconnaissance, preceding our trip to Basel, then. Professional obligations notwithstanding, I do look forward to the trip. Basel offers... I'm gonna go with Basel until I'm told otherwise. Switching between them is just like, nope. Basel offers quite the array of scenery and architecture. It's not often I have the privilege of travelling both for business and for pleasure. Oh, lovely. Right, so I completely missed the door. I was too busy looking at the map. Sup, you writing a letter? Figured I'd let everybody back home know how I'm doing. We've written back and forth a few times, but man, there's just so much to talk about now. I don't know where to start. My first time in the Blacklight District, for one. Though Abby might already know what that place is like. Wouldn't surprise me. Might as well be on the Jaeger bucket list. I might have gone there as a Jaeger myself if I'd stayed there. But I like learning about stuff this way. Working with you has really opened my eyes to all these new things. So I was gonna write to them about it. Every day out here is super exciting. I say go for it. I can tell you've really liked the time. She has. It's nice. Just, I'm doing so much stuff now. I gotta pick something to write about. What? I want to write to my little brother and sisters, but then there's so much I want to tell Umi. Alright, so is anybody up on the roof or the kitty? There's a dot, at least. It's kitty! Meow. 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 See? Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay, sorry. I see that cat every now and then. Guess this is his turf. Definitely his turf. Right, let's head on down and head on around. What do we got actually going on here? I was wondering if we could go to the Blacklight District at night and see what was going on there, but no, we do have a 4 SPG, I assume, over there. Like, anything here? Oh, we got these. Unknown? Unknown? What? That's different. I mean, it's like out of the 4 here, it's like I'll probably get another free time from doing the 4 SPG that's around, I assume. So we could probably do all 4, but it's like I don't even want to wait. I want to see what this is now. I'm that intrigued, like the rumored street performer. There's a street musician that's quickly become the talk of the town over at the Harbour. Rumor has it they'll be playing over by the station tonight. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't curious, so maybe I'll drop in if I have the time. We've got to look. What's going on? Unknown? Van made his way over to the station to see a street musician performance. I can see why people... Hey, hold on, I was reading that. Wait, she looks familiar.
Thank you, everyone. I love you. I hope we meet again.
Really? You were great today. I can't wait to hear your next song. I'll be back again for sure. Sorry, but I'm done for today. Just here to say I liked your performance. Ever thought of putting a single out? It'd sell like hotcakes for sure. Thanks for the vote of confidence. However, there's no shortage of capable artists out there who can write and perform at my level. The music industry is hard to break into. And that's definitely true for no-name artists. But you and I both know your songs would take the world by storm if you used your real name. Let's continue this conversation elsewhere, shall we? I'm surprised you saw through my disguise. Really? I even changed the tone of my voice. How'd you know it was me? It mostly came down to look. I wasn't 100% sure myself. If only I knew you from your movies, you'd have had me fooled for sure. But I've seen you up close and personal several times at this point. I need to get my act together. I've never been found out before now, so maybe I was getting a little careless. So, you like doing stuff like this? I do. I enjoy going out in disguise from time to time. It makes for good practice as well. When I'm out on set, everyone knows I'm playing a part. But when I'm out in the wild, I can take on any role I want, and no one would know I'm acting. It's made for a fun little hobby. So you're acting on the clock, and in your downtime, sharpening her skills. Damn, talk about being dedicated to your craft. I suppose I just can't get enough of it. Though it's mostly stemming from a complex I've had since I was a child. Don't exactly have a distinct self. What I've just realized is, like, she's wearing a hat that says disguise. Like, I just noticed, like, hold on a minute. It's like in Tokyo Xanadu when Toa was holding the book that said reference on it. It's like, really, Falcom? Really? Perhaps that's why I've always wanted to act like someone else, and why I ultimately gravitated to acting. Or maybe I just wanted something that'd help me avert my eyes from that uncomfortable truth. My motivation for choosing this career path is purely selfish. I'm sure my fans would be let down if they knew. I wouldn't call that selfish. It's normal to want to change something you don't like about yourself. You think so? I know so. That said, your hobby's only gonna get harder the higher up you get on the ladder of fame. But I doubt you need me to tell you that. Yes, I know all that too well. The risk of me getting recognized will only grow as I get more famous. But the mounting challenge will only serve to make success all the more sweet. All that talk about you not having a distinct self was a big fat lie. What do you... You said it yourself, the challenge makes success all the more sweet. Those are the words of someone who gets fired up when the odds are stacked against them. That's a pretty unique quality, and it's one that no one I know has. It's not half as unique as your willingness to turn people's words against them. Hey, I'm just trying to help a friend believe in themselves a little. Oh, I know. I'm only teasing you a little. Just a little. Really though, thank you. I feel better about this now. Glad to help. Anyway, please don't tell anyone about this hobby of mine. I'd like it to be our special little secret. Sure thing. She really knows how to knock you off your feet. Guess she ain't an award-winning actress for nothing. After Nina departed, Van resumed his patrol once more.
Now, who should I be next? See if you can spot me next time.
Van's dex went up by 3. That was a nice little event though, wasn't it? It intrigued me, obviously, straight away, but it's like, oh, didn't expect it to be Nina. So, who's in here? Ah, where's Aaron?
Relaxing.
That's my question in all of this. Where is Aaron? I went to catch a movie for the first time in a while, and my goodness, it shocked me to my core. My heart is still racing. I've worked up an appetite even. Steak sounds quite nice to me. Does it now? Steak does sound nice. So I'm still after that burger I want. Oh no, an evil wolf. Little pig, let me come in. No, not by the hair of my chinny chin, said the little piggy. Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your straw house down. Grr. And such. Mummy's a really scary wolf. Watch out, Yume. I'm gonna eat you. No, don't eat me. Just go back to reading the story, please. Man, she just does it all. Diva, more like divine. She can read me a bedtime story anytime. I feel like he was gonna be staring at us when you were thinking that. Oh, good to see you, Van. Care to join Yume for some playtime? I'm sure she'd be delighted. I'm good. Kiddo will have me here all night. I got work to do.
What'll it be, hun?
Oh, look, still nothing.
See you again.
Nothing new, anyway, you know. Wolves don't scare me. If I find any, I'll whoop their butts. You're pretty spunky, ain't ya? Don't let me down. She's adorable. Really killing me tonight. You back again? You really ought to take a break. It isn't that... Oh, damn it, I hate this aging thing. Pull yourself together, Victor. As long as Yume's still small enough to fit in my arms, I gotta keep this bistro going. Well, with an attitude like that, he's set for life. Nights are getting colder, that's probably what it is. Makes my back act up. But I can sleep when I'm dead. Gotta care for Yume until she can take care of herself. You sure you got that much left in the tank? Damn.
Pick something already. Be seeing you.
Yes, indeed. We haven't cooked any of the newer stuff, have we? I was going there when it's like I can just speak to him anyway, which is the way you meant to do
Pick
it.
something already.
Cook item? No. I do it upstairs, don't I? Yes, that's where I do it. Not you. That Victor's a whiny old coot. He ain't even broke 60 and he's belly aching about his back, the little ninny. And youngsters these days are all so lazy. It's all cars and trains and public transportation for them. Back in my day, we walked and we liked it. It was good exercise. You didn't need no road or subway line to get where you wanted. Oh, sure, let me just walk to Van Tail from here. Not impractical at all when a car can get me there in minutes. You kids in your cars, but just softy drivel turning your legs to mush. You keep driving everywhere and the kids will be able to outrun you. Cheers. Yeah, but I'm gonna check upstairs. I was just wondering, like, can we go through that door? Yeah, okay. That just had me wondering, like, hold on, that door leads there, so it's like, hold on. Yeah, because we got something we can create here.
It would be my pleasure. Please, help yourself.
Lovely. So how am I doing on that front? Let's see here. Items, cooking. There we go.
Whew, I am stuffed.
We're up to rank 7. Well, partway through rank 7 at this point. Okay. They're out. Let's start with the place I missed last time. Oh, hello. Standing out there.
Welcome. Thanks for stopping by.
No problem at all. Rebecca's been talking about trying to get over her anxiety. Maybe this is the year she finally gets some fresh air. I think it's been 10 years since she went outside. I can barely remember it. I really worry for her sometimes. It's just that anxiety makes it hard for her to interact with people. That's the big thing. Just don't know what to do. I don't want to cuddle her too much, but all the same, she really can't carry on like this.
Do you know what you want?
No,
I hope
we're
to
good
see you
there,
again.
but anything in the bargain bin?
No. I
No.
hope to see you again.
But maybe I'm just getting too worked up about it myself. Alright, almost forgot. That new Kitty Engine update drops today. I better get that installed. Kitty Engine has this secret mode you can toggle and it lets you do some really nifty stuff. Kitty Engine? Whenever something gets me curious, I can look it up on the Orbital Net. It's so ridiculously useful. I've got tons and tons of papers and articles all at my fingertips. But the net doesn't cover everything. Some topics come up that I just can't find any dirt on. There's one article I wish I could learn more about. If only I could ask the author. Oh?
Ask me anything. Really.
Anything.
Hope to
Alrighty.
see you again soon.
Indeed. I like her. Yeah, we'll go to the other areas over here first this time. Ah. Now, Anya, you've got a good head on your shoulders and a knack for maths like nobody I've seen. So, tell you what, how about you help with my article for next year's economic outlook? Exciting, huh? No way, Jose. That's your job. You shouldn't need a little kid to help you write your paper. Do it yourself, why don't you? Denied, oh, the humanity! Man, you never change, do you? Clearly not. Anya's got a bright future ahead of her. I wanted to give her some experience handling this sort of thing, but maybe it's too early. There'll be another time. He's gonna try again. Old Huck has a ton of stories to tell. He's kind of like a grandpa. But then he's the president of that big investment company too. It's kind of weird like that.
Welcome to Laguna.
Well, let's have a dip. Ah, relaxing.
That's the stuff. On top of the world.
Make sure you don't catch a cold.
Indeed. Alright, what's going on with this development over here? Oh. I come home after my first day of work and Zora just brushes me off. Humph. Fine then. If she doesn't want to talk to her husband, I don't want to talk to my wife. Maybe I'll just take the damn living room for myself, see what she thinks of that. Damn. Curtis barely shows his face around here these days. Kid wants to blow me off, I'll give him the cold shoulder too. No, he's a kid. That's different. I wish that sad sack in the living room would get up and move. Who does he take himself for? He only has himself to blame for his demotion, no sub-story will change his fortunes. If he's so content to just drift in the doldrums of mediocrity, then why should I placate him? He should make himself useful and leave. Jeez. Anyway, see what's going on in the church or the chapel? What is this one? Chapel, church? I see, another special class, you say? And with a guest teacher this time? Yes, exactly. I was trying to figure out how we can make history class more interesting. I thought that perhaps if they had a teacher they knew and got along with, they would be more curious to learn. Now I think that's a wonderful idea, Miria. I can always trust you to keep their best interests in mind. Such a lesson plan would likely require a fair bit of work, but I trust you can handle it. Best of luck, sister. I will. Thank you very much, Father. Oh, thank heavens. I was worrying all for nothing. However, seeing how kind Father Nikolai was did strike me as a bit odd. Felt as if he had other motives. Very mysterious he is. Sister Miria is a wonderful teacher, truly. Her care for her students is immediately evident. I am certain that her class will teach them much. I look forward to watching her. Just getting a look at the stained glass window while we're here. Could have been some interesting things on it. Could have been. Could have been. Where are we looking? Oh, here you are. I can barely stand being at home anymore, so I slipped out. What's so important about this stupid exam? It doesn't prove anything. And why am I trying so hard to get into Aramis anyway? Oh, I think you should go for it there. Oh, I was hoping it was gonna be like her son, and I can't remember her name. At this point, the one we saved in that kidnapping quest. I was hoping they were going to be here. Ah, well. What's Eddie got himself into now? Eddie's the guy, though. I heard he was in some kind of incident. How much does he want to make his poor mum worry? I just wish he'd come back home and talk to me for once in his life. Though I know he wouldn't listen to a damn thing I have to say. Oh, we've already done you. You only had one bit.
Looking is always free, you know.
It is.
Come back for more anytime.
Sheen and Harry have been going to the grocery store all by themselves lately. They kind of remind me of Mum and Dad. I wonder if they'll buy some candy too. Let me guess, and you want the candy? Carrots, potatoes, artichokes. What else was there? Can you hold more for me, Harry? I was gonna buy some milk and a baguette for breakfast. Ooh, I might get a baguette. Hey, come on, Mark, let's go. What are you doing over there? It does remind me of the other day, by the way. I was just eating some bread that I got from the shop. Some crusty bread. I want to make it clear here. Some crusty bread. It was lovely, tasted great. But at one point, like, the sandwich I was eating, just like brought it down from your mouth, and looked at it. It was like, why is there a red bit on it? Somehow, I had caused myself to bleed. I had somehow cut my lip on my sandwich. I mean, I assume it's because of the crusty bread aspect, obviously, but still, I ended up cutting my lip quite a bit. It was quite bad. On bread. Anyway. Dinner soon. We're gonna leave you behind if you don't catch up. I've been living with Sheena's family for about a month now. It's so fun being able to play with her every day. And we get to do the shopping on the way home too. Sheena's got a really good memory. She always remembers what we need to get after we're done playing. Harry and I have been getting the groceries together recently. He's really strong, so he carries most of the bags. I'm kind of jealous. But I make up for it in smarts. He always forgets what to buy at the store, so I've got that on him. You're a good team. You're a good team.
How is it this late?
Alright, calm down, calm down. Oh, hello. Wait, what? Why me? You don't want someone else to draw the jacket cover? Yeah, I want it to be you. It has to be. Look, I get I drew a lot back in school, and it'd be fun to do some promo art like that, but... Jess? Man, it bugs me when he goes all quiet out of nowhere. Just can't tell what he's thinking. This could make or break his new record. It's a really big deal. Am I really the right guy for the job? Give me some time to think it over. I don't know what to say. Alright, I just don't see anyone else being fit for the job. Stubborn as ever. He never changes. Interesting to see how that works out. Okay, so we've checked pretty much everywhere here, haven't we? Let's head on over to Riverside and have a gander.
Off we go.
Off we go! Alright, so we can head down here and speak to the shop guy. Finally. Oh, there you are. I was wondering if that was going to be Nina then, but it's like, no. No. Maybe she's actually around? No. Would have been interesting, but no. Hey, next act's still getting ready. You mind waiting outside? I'll go do a sound check with him when I'm done here.
Hey there. What'll see ya?
Nothing special there. I'll check you.
All right.
Nothing good there other than what we've already bought.
Well,
So what's going? What's? I was like, where are the dots? They're down there, aren't they? Like, yeah. So I thought maybe you were a new dot, and like, ooh, interesting, but no.
Well, if it isn't Van.
Who are you three? Van, darling, a little birdie, let me know you're in the 13th district today. That's a fast little birdie then, but yeah, the immovable decided I'd play as his errand boy today. Edith's gonna be pure chaos with people like that running around. Trust me, I know. I'm expecting all sources to go wild with them in the mix. The streets have already been going crazy, considering all those recent developments. I hear a certain unsavory group might be on the prowl right now. Do try to be careful, please. Yeah, thanks for the heads up. If you already know we're heading out, you can just say so. I'm hoping to see Anya's and the rest sometime soon. Don't be strangers here. A has been quite busy since the year started, don't you think? The streets are buzzing with gossip. Word is a uncertain, unsavory group is making moves right now. Do try to be careful, please.
Time to make this come back and play soon.
It's a surprise seeing you here, Natalie. Yeah, I thought you gave up on being an idol. What are you doing here? Ah, you haven't changed a bit, sailor. Pretty as a rose and about as thorny as one. Think you'll ever bag a boyfriend with an attitude like that? Just hurry up and tell us what you want. Like you, we don't have all that much time to waste. Alright, I'll cut you part-time as some slack, since the idol life is already hell enough. I'll be straight here. You need to become a singer, sailor. Direct order from the higher-ups, but you and I can go back to being a duo act. What? Oh my. That's not possible. Sailor and I are already a duo. We're with you. You're with me? What? That doesn't make sense. We're all real happy for you, new kid. Sailor, you get what this means, don't you? I was a little suspicious that they'd approve Lulua's debut just like that. Did they have no faith in us from the start? Ooh, developments there. Interesting. So, let's head down here. Oh, lovely. Oh, and get this. He got all pissy at me because I didn't fit into these stupid jeans he bought me. Can you believe that? That was such a jerk move. At this point, I'm just glad we didn't last. I wouldn't want to be stuck with someone so shallow. Oh, geez, that's just awful. Dude sounds like he has some real issues he needs to work through. There's nothing you could have done. Right, you get it. And you're a guy too. You hear that, Johnny? It's all your fault, you jerk. There we go. Let it all out, Selma. I don't mind. You're really inspiring, you know? Inspiring? Me? You have the wrong idea. I don't think I do. Even though it sucked, you took it in stride and turned everything around for the better. You fit and so much happier. Not everyone can go ahead and make the most of a bad situation. But it just goes to show how strong you really are. Oh, no. I'm not that cool. You're making me blush. Nice, Lodi, nice. I love talking with Selma. We can go on, and before I notice, it's been hours. That's a sign of a great friendship in the making. Indeed, indeed. Lodi's such a good listener. He's the best, most considerate drinking buddy I've ever had. Guys should be taking notes from him. He should be taking notes. Okay.
Oh, good stuff right here. The very best.
You plan on staying here all night? I'm gonna close up shop soon. But there's still so much we haven't talked about. You can't just leave me hanging here. I've got no idea what you're on about. You're a strange, strange girl. There's still so much I can do. I can't just go home now. Welcome. Grab yourself a taco or two before we close for the night. The sun's sure setting quick these days. The days get shorter, my part-timers' rants get longer. I'd worry about her getting back after dark, though. Maybe I'll walk her partway home after we finish cleaning up.
Take as long as you need. I'll be waiting for you.
Speaking of which, there's a regular of mine who is an idol. Comes over for her taco fix every day. Didn't see her around today, though. I wonder if something happened. Oh, something happened.
Yummy.
The braces. Can't believe all three of us are heading out on the same day, and Gray's finally starting his journey from branch to branch. Sure takes me back to doing the same when we were still junior bracers. Yeah, it's a hard task, getting a recommendation letter from every branch, but it's good work before becoming a senior bracer. Not just that, but it's the best way for all bracers to acquire the most useful tool on the job. What tool? Spoiler alert, but it's cultural understanding. The Republic's full of folks from all cultures and backgrounds. You won't be a good bracer if you don't learn how to approach them all. Oh, well, that's why. I hear I'll be assigned to a branch steeped in Central Eastern culture. Give it your best out there. It's a tough road ahead, but I know you can pull it off. Best of luck out there, man. Can't look after you since we're going in opposite directions, but I have a feeling I won't need to. You got this. Thanks to the both of you. Safe travels, and I hope you enjoy your drinks. Aww. Speaking of, still can't believe you're not even slightly drunk, Regina. Is it really that weird? I've only had a few drinks so far. I don't throw them back as recklessly as you do. Talk about lack of restraint. It's not long before you're a blubbering, drunken mess. I still remember when we got promoted to senior braces. Got so drunk that you told Elaine that... Hey, no need to bring that up, yeah? You don't have to throw that back in my face. Oh dear, what happened? What do you want? You're not getting a free drink out of me, you know. Wasn't gunning for one, just checking in on you, making sure you're not totally wasted. I hate to admit it, but you're probably not far off. Listen, man, try not to make a mess of Edith while we're away, got it? You all seem like such good friends. I'm a little anxious, but I know there are big expectations for me. I'm gonna do my best out there so they can be proud of me. Aww. He's a good guy. He's a good guy. Just worried something's gonna happen to him as a result of him being a good guy. It's possible. Alright, so...
Plenty more hits lined up to spend your night in Eden. Like this next one.
You can probably tell from how quiet it is around here, but Juniper and her buddies are out on the road tonight. Heard everyone talking about this other team they were gonna race against. Engines revved, blood pumping, the cold breeze on your face. Ah, youth. Wish cars like these were around when I was that age.
What'll it be? Come again.
I will, at some point. But if I can get outside of the door, I'll come back at some point. Otherwise, I'm stuck inside forever. Jeez. I'm so glad to see Sister Belicia is doing well. Even though we're both of Central Eastern heritage, we were raised in different countries and cultures. That, thankfully, has never come between us. Feel like we truly understand each other. I wish her the best in tending to her duties in Cray. It's Cray, right? Not Cree? It's something like that. I forget these things. The abundance of resources in the Principality of Elsame has made it the economic superpower governing the Central East. The role it plays is pivotal both with its status as a diplomatic powerhouse and its flourishing initiatives regarding the desert's forestation. Oh. Though we must not forget about Valis, it having become a wealthy city-state through maritime trading. Rumors say that tensions have arisen between nations, mostly attributed to certain groups. Things are changing in the Central East. It would do us well to pay attention. The Principality of Alsame is a wealthy nation, but Valis has made some economic strides to rival it in recent years. But they're not the only outlier. Some impoverished nations are moving along nicely too. A major upset might envelop the region soon enough. As head of this temple, I must endeavor to keep abreast of developments between both countries. Well, yeah, keep an eye on things, keep an eye on things. Alright, so... is this door always here? I shouldn't be going in without any business. Alright, fair enough, fair enough. So, I'm thinking, if we're done here, what we'll do is we'll actually end this part here. And in the next part, we'll see about heading on over to Station Street, see about the Fort SPG, the Tyrell, and then we'll see about the to-do list. Because we'll have a few things on the to-do list to do. I mean, that's the point of a to-do list, isn't it? So, we'll see you in the next part with that. Ta-ra for now.